I do like to travel. I think I like going and experiencing places, and even more than traveling to some place, I like to live someplace and really get to know the areas. I actually worked as a first mate on a sailboat, and we sailed up and down the East Coast, a lot of nice ports and everything with the groups we took out. A number of years ago, I was a professor at the University of Innsbruck in Austria for a summer. I taught wines over there, wine, spirits, and beers. And I had a spot on the River Inn there, not too far from the classroom. The River Inn is always chilly, even in the summertime. And I would lower this bag of white wine in there, tie it off to a tree, and we'd go in and we'd have some lecture in the classroom. Everybody would bring their glasses, and we'd go down to the River Inn, and I'd pull the bag of now just chilled white wines out of the river, and we would do a wine tasting right there. It was a great experience. My name is Bill Quain. I'm a professor here at Stockton. I teach hospitality and tourism management. Well, I'm actually what they call legally blind, which means I'm completely blind in the center of my eyes, and I can see a little bit around the outside. But I have a disease called macular degeneration. It's bad. I mean, you know, it's if you think maybe you wouldn't be blind, that'd be much better. You miss out on a lot of stuff. I mean, you know, you don't get to see the nuances, people's faces, that sort of thing. So, especially like walking into a room full of people, I don't even know. You know, I can only see some shapes, so I never know who's there. I really hate name tags. People don't introduce themselves when they're wearing name tags. They just say hi, and they go like that. On the other hand, you got to live your life, and so you start to get more comfortable with things. You start to spend more time in your own head. I think I'm more amused at the world than most people are, just because I imagine so many funny things are happening. I think that one of the things I do is I sort of funnel my passions into things that I know I can pursue. Like, for example, you know what I've never developed a passion for? Archery. Race car driving. Not going to be a passion of mine. So, you know, what are my passions? My passions are to secure my life and to make my family happy. So I pursue them with a lot of vigor. I'm very interested in wines and foods. I've run, bars and restaurants. I've owned a bar. In 2001, I was approached by some people about doing a cooking show for people who were blind, who couldn't see well. The show, which appeared on PBS and ran for a full season on PBS, is called Cooking Without Looking. And we showed people who can't see well how to cook better, because you still got to eat. And we also showed them how to make their plates look nicer, even though they really couldn't see it, because you're not just serving blind people. If you're just serving blind people, it doesn't matter what the food looks like. But if you're having friends in. So the whole show was about how to make people feel more comfortable in the kitchen who couldn't see well or who were totally blind. But also how to have great food and great hospitality. Because of my eyesight problem, I have to use some adaptations in the kitchen. And by the way, this is what we taught people in Cooking Without Looking, is how to adapt to a kitchen. For example, you can leave a wooden spoon in a pot as it's boiling, or as it's sauteing or whatever. The wooden spoon doesn't heat up. I call a wooden spoon a kitchen cane. The other thing that I do myself, and I teach other handicapped individuals to do who can't see well, is you do a thing called mise en place, and that literally means made in place. And so what you do is you get everything together, everything measured. You read through your recipe, everything's set out, and then you put it in the order you're going to pick it up. So as I'm cooking, and I put them from left to right in the order I'm going to need them. As I'm cooking, I can just reach up there, find the next thing, put it into the pan. Nothing worse than being halfway through cooking something and realize you're missing an ingredient, and you got to run to the store, particularly if you can't drive. I'm a pretty public figure, and I get a lot of people I get a lot of people who come to me and say, your story inspired me. And it's not because they're blind, it's just because people are motivated and impassioned by seeing someone who maybe transcends some of the bounds that hold them back as they pursue their goals and dreams in life. One of our family's mottos is, the least I'll do is whatever it takes. I gotta tell you, whether you're blind or you're deaf or whatever, or you're fully capable, life is great. If you don't enjoy it, man, you're missing the only one you're gonna get.